We're about to drop right into one of the most intense moments in all of world literature. Imagine this, a sacred battlefield, two colossal armies ready to clash. And this isn't just any war. This is a family feud, a civil war, really, pitting cousins against cousins, students against their own teachers. So how does a holy war of this magnitude actually begin? We're jumping straight into the first chapter, the opening verses of the Bhagavad-gītā. And you know, this whole epic dialogue, this whole profound philosophy, it all kicks off with just one question. A question that isn't even asked on the battlefield, but miles away. And that one question sets the entire stage for everything that's about to unfold. So let's meet our first character. He's not a warrior on the field. He's a king in his palace, and he's desperate for news. This is King Dhṛtarāṣṭra. And there's something crucial you need to know about him. He's blind. This isn't just a physical detail. It's a huge metaphor for his spiritual blindness, for his internal conflict, which you're going to see in his very first words. And there it is, the very first verse of the Gita. The king asks his secretary, Sanjay, okay, tell me what happened. But listen really closely to how he phrases it. He says, after my sons and the sons of Pāṇḍu. Did you catch that? He doesn't say our family or the boys. No, right from the get-go, he draws a line in the sand. You know, that one little phrase tells you everything you need to know about this king. He's already picked a side. He is not some impartial ruler. He's a father, and he's terrified, and he desperately, desperately wants his own sons, the Kauravas, to win. He's mentally separated them from their cousins. So this question he's asking, it's not just for information, it is dripping with anxiety and bias. And here's another reason he's so anxious, the location. Kurukṣetra isn't just some random piece of land. It's a holy place, a place of pilgrimage. The king is worried. He's afraid that the sacred nature of the battlefield itself, a place of righteousness, of dharma, might actually give an advantage to the more virtuous Pāṇḍavas. He's worried about a divine thumb on the scale. Okay, so now let's shift scenes. We're on the actual battlefield. And the king's oldest son, Prince Duryodhana, he sees the enemy army lined up, looking impressive. He walks over to his own commander-in-chief, the legendary teacher Droṇācārya, or Drona. But what he says next isn't a battle cry. Oh no, it's a masterclass in psychological warfare. Just listen to this. He says, hey teacher, look at that army, arranged so expertly by your intelligent disciple. Wow, he doesn't just say, look at their formation, he makes it personal. He specifically names the enemy general as Drona's own former student. Why on earth would he say it like that? Well, this is pure cunning politics. Duryodhana is basically giving his own commander a warning. By complimenting the enemy general, who happens to be his teacher's old favorite, he's sending a very clear, very sharp message. Hey, don't you go soft on him. I know he was your student, but today he's the enemy. No leniency. It's an absolutely brilliant, backhanded diplomatic jab. So now Duryodhana starts doing the tactical math. He begins to list one by one the greatest fighters on the other side. He's creating a mental roster of the enemy's champions, a real who's who of the heroes they're about to face. And he starts rattling off the names, first the big ones, fighters just as scary as the legendary Bhima and Arjuna. Then he goes on, Duryodhana, Virata, even his old enemy, King Drupada. Each one of these names is a legend in his own right. He's painting a very clear picture for his commanders. The army they're facing is absolutely stacked.
Right, so after laying out just how powerful the enemy is, Duryodhana pivots. He turns his attention to his own side. It's like he's saying, okay, they're tough, I get it, but now let's talk about our team. This is his answer, his way of evening the score in his own mind and in the minds of his men.
And here's his mental balance sheet. For every hero they have, he has a counter. They have Bhima and Arjuna. Well, he has the unbeatable grandfather Bhisma. He's got the incredible warrior Karna, the revered teacher Kripa. He's going down the list, matching them, hero for hero, convinced that his side has the edge. And he doesn't just stop with the big names. He wants everyone to know his bench is deep. He boasts that there are countless other heroes in his army, all well-trained, all experts in war, and, most importantly, all of them are willing to die for him. It's a powerful statement of both strength and unwavering loyalty. So the assessments have been made. Both sides have been weighed and measured. Now comes the moment of truth. Duryodhana delivers his final verdict, his confident declaration of who he believes is going to win this whole thing. And his conclusion? It's not even close. He declares his own army's strength is immeasurable. Why? Because they are led by the greatest general of all, grandfather Bhishma. And the Pāṇḍavas? He says their strength is limited because their protector, Bhima, just doesn't have the same level of strategic experience.
When you boil it all down, his whole argument, his entire confidence rests on one single factor: leadership. In his mind, in a war of giants like this one, the better general wins. And for him, nobody, absolutely nobody, can stand against grandfather Bhishma. He's convinced that this one man makes his entire army invincible. But after all that political maneuvering, all that boasting, we're left with this lingering question. Is this real, unshakable confidence? Or is it all just bravado? Is Duryodhana just like his anxious father back in the palace, trying to convince himself that victory is certain, all while hiding a deep, gnawing fear? That's the question that's just hanging in the air right as the first horns of war are about to sound.